So this reading is for entertainment purposes only. This is going to the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine collectives for May 27, 2026. So let's start with Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine is focused on stability today, but not financial stability. She is seeing how she forsaken herself in the name of financial stability. So the Divine Feminine is letting go of that need to hustle, letting go of that need to chase. And this is helping the Divine Feminine to see that emotional and mental health are much more important. So the Divine Feminine is addressing the triggers and the trauma that she previously ran from. And I feel so as the Divine Feminine lets go of what no longer serves her, she is seeing where she's not trusting love. She is seeing where she is not in complete Divine Feminine mode. And I feel as though the Divine Feminine is working on a masculine woman template today. And as she continues to work on a masculine woman template, the Divine Feminine is starting to actually see where she was chasing for that validation, where she was chasing for that security. And the Divine Feminine is really working hard to cultivate that internal stability today. And as the Divine Feminine lets go of the rule book, she is marching to the beat of her own drum. She is no longer going along with what is expected of her. She is thinking for herself. And as the Divine Feminine steps into her dark feminine energy, she is no longer inclined to people please. She is no longer inclined to go with groupthink just because it's tried and true. And I feel as though the Divine Feminine is still going through heart chakra activations. As she goes through these heart chakra activations, she is expanding in consciousness. She is seeing where she needs to trust love above all. And most of all, the Divine Feminine is letting go of the guilt, shame, and fear that she once had around following her heart. As she aligns more with the heart space, the Divine Feminine is seeing a lot of fear-based thinking that she previously thought was logic, but now she's unlearning this. And as she unlearns this, she is letting go of the old timeline entirely. And that's what I get for Divine Feminine. So this is what I get for Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine is working on the remnants of victim mentality today. And I feel as though as he ends up seeing where he is not empowered, the Divine Masculine clears those empowerment blocks and freedom blocks. The Divine Masculine is starting to see in some ways he is still not free. He is still inclined to go with the crowd, or he's going with the what is tried and true. The Divine Masculine is breaking free of that need to go by societal standards. And as he ends up stepping into his power, he is healing a lot of anger, fear, and anxiety that causes him to be out of the moment. The Divine Masculine is healing his dissociation trauma at this moment in time. And as he delves into inner child work, he is letting go of what no longer serves him. He is letting go of that need to prioritize appearances over authenticity. And the Divine Masculine is really expanding in a heart space too. I feel as though the Divine Masculine is starting to shift into a more heart-centered brand of thinking, and this is allowing him to see the fear-based thinking that he too thought was logic. And so the Divine Masculine is dispelling what is fear-based so that he can be in a more love-based energy. I feel as though Divine Masculine is letting go of the rule book too. He is letting go of what is considered the norm. As he chooses himself and comes back home to himself, he is letting go of that inclination to be there for everybody else and to put himself last. He is healing that self-sacrificial mentality, and the more he heals it, the more he actually sees that people profited off him having no boundaries, being a doormat. And I feel as though the Divine Masculine is saying, well, I'm done with that era. And I feel as though he's choosing himself. He is processing the anger and the guilt and shame he stuffed down because he thought he was in the wrong for feeling that. But now that he's feeling that, the Divine Masculine is starting to actually see that he does have a right to his feelings, that he's entitled to his emotions, and this is causing him to come home to himself. And as he ends up processing these emotions, he ends up quantum leaping. And I feel as though this is helping the Divine Masculine to see that his inclination to put everybody first was a result of lack of self-love. And as he returns home to himself, he remembers who he is. And that's what I give for Divine Masculine. If you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to my channel. I post updates about twin flames often. If you want to book a personal with me, you can DM me, or you can reach to my Calendly link listed on my page. I will see you another time. Namaste.